also request you to please bless the sapling which we intend to plant on our campus. This is a sapling of Parijat tree, and we'll be putting it in front of our main gate with His Holiness' name on that. We are also having these stones which we would request Holiness to bless, which will be given to special invitees. Just bless them, His Holiness, because everybody couldn't stand to meet you. Thank you so much.
Brothers and sisters, actually we 7 or 8 billion human beings, we are brothers and sisters. When we born, same way, no special thing. And the mother take care. And the mother's own milk feeding us. That's all human being, same way. Then mother's loving kindness to oneself, all same. Even to some extent, even animals, their mother take care, their children, their child. So that means this world ultimately depend on heartedness. Now, when we look world, so long people feeding by mother's milk, mother's love, and children, including myself, with few children, we play, no distinction, what religion, what community. So long we smile each other and play together. I feel now we, on the basis of same human being, then this world is just a human being's love, human being's world. Now gradually, in education, mainly on superficial differences, mainly based on superficial differences, and east, west, south and north, these creates differences. And also, you see the modern education mainly come from West. Most of Asia country, the modern education brought by Westerner. I feel India, over 1,000 years, the concept of Karuna, Ahimsa. That's the key thing. We must preserve Karuna and Ahimsa. Actually, this is the basic human value. Karuna, compassion. That to some extent, even animals, tigers, lions, these also, at a very young age, they fed by mother's milk. But then their physical becomes such a way, harming other. Their teeth sharp, their nails also sharp. But we not like that. So basic human physical form is Karuna, Ahimsa. So now we, as a young human being, since we are a human being, born with mother's milk and mother's affection, really bring us, our physical and mental development. Now we, basic human nature like that, then eventually, so biologically, we human being develop such a more peaceful. Other animal, their very nature for survival depend on eating other. We are not that way. So now, however, human brain is sometimes create too much desire, and desire brings and some aggressiveness. So now we, I think, look our world, aggression, atrocity, violence, enough. So many people killed. And finally, even you see very, very keen to create nuclear weapon. These are old thinking. Now we should think this world, entire humanity, as you mentioned before, we all come from one's own mother. We survived with mother's kindness, and human brothers, sisters was a kindness. So we grown up compassion, ahimsa. So now, last few, even few centuries, too much violence. And then it is really very, very pity of marvelous human brain used for a weapon. How to kill, how to destroy your neighbor. That is totally wrong. Now we should think more to build on the basis of 7 to 8 billion human beings. We are same human being. Any sort of human being here, when we met, just a human face, no third eye. If one human being, third eye, we're a little bit surprised. But we all, you see, same face, same basically physical condition. 2 hands, 2 legs, and we should think our way of life should be according human basic nature, more compassionate. In the past several centuries, too much violence. If through this violence truly build happy world, peaceful world, no. More violent thinking also, you see, create a lot of violence on this planet. Now, we should feel complete fed up. You see, violence. So now, time come, we should try to build very happy, peaceful world. Every human being, we are same human being, so we are brothers, sisters. No point to kill. We have to live together as a human brothers, sisters. I have opportunity visit different continent, different countries, different culture, different color, different way of life. But all I saw same human face. There is no point to create a division among human beings. Wherever I go, I show my smile. They also respond. Same. So now, on this planet, we human beings, basically same physical nature, and most important from our mother. So now we human beings should think to build human being on this planet complete peaceful. Karuna, ahimsa. If we really thinking seriously, we really can develop genuine peaceful world. So now, unfortunately, human brilliant brain used for material development only, including technology and weapon. That thinking I think, outdated. Now we should think we all same human being. We all have to live together happily without any violence. So when we pray world peace, peace will not come from sky, or violence not come from sky. All depend on us. We are thinking genuine sense of brotherhood, sisterhood. Through that way, build a happy society, peaceful society. In our mind, in spite basically same, but on superficial level, this nation, that nation, this religion, that religion, make differences, then causing fighting. Now that thinking we should feel outdated. We must think and go deeper. We are same human being. Same way we born. Same way we die. You say, a death by gun. The person, dying person, also very unhappy. The other one who actually killed another human brother is very bad. So now we should think truly peaceful world without a weapon. A genuine, peaceful world, small disagreement through talk can solve. Now using weapon, I think should be end. So we really need, out of human compassion and a sense of oneness of 7 to 8 billion human beings, we are same. We have to live together. So weapon, no use. We should create peaceful world. So that I want to share with our younger brothers, sisters. Now your education, more Western style education, mainly thinking external values. Our Indian tradition, education about our mind. And there are many different schools of thought of ancient India, all, you see, carrying about a mind. Eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, these are just a consciousness of sensorial. Then sixth, mind. There are now many different sort of category. So India, very rich, make these distinctions. Then sixth, mind. There are also grosser level, more subtle level, most subtle level. On sixth mind, we can make distinction at the time of dying. Grosser level mind, then dissolve gradually those grosser level, then more subtle, most subtle level is at the time of dying. during sleep, some extent, grosser sixth mind, little, not very active. So you get peace. Then, most serious sort of, reduce this destructive mind is at the time of sleep. Grosser level mind dissolve. Then finally, the more subtle level of consciousness. So no longer anger, attachment, these things. So India, very rich about sixth mind. Five consciousness, that's everybody use. Now sixth mind, more deeper level. Indian some yogis have some experience. Now already we notice some monk or some practitioner. You see, after breathing stop, body still remain very fresh. Now some people, recent years, they say after death, breathing stop, but physical remain fresh. 1 week, 2 weeks. These are, traditionally we have certain knowledge, you say how to meditate on deeper level of consciousness. So at the time of death, all these grosser level consciousness gradually disappear. Meantime, main consciousness still alert. So some meditation. That is why some people, as I mentioned earlier, you see, after death, doctors check, yes, this person already dead, but the body remain very fresh. So the subtle mind meditating. So these are Indian tradition. Very useful. Very, very useful. I also, you see, early morning, wake up, I always meditate. Mainly Karuna. And Karuna automatically bring ahimsa. So these nothing to do with religion. Religion concept or next life or heaven or these also different stage of practitioner. But now this, not talking, thinking, this line, just simply mind when time of dying, mind become more subtler. At the time of death, nawe rangshi ke tokpa sosum, chewe rangshi ke tokpa shibchu, nyato ke rangshi ke tokpa tun.
So as you go through the process of dying, what happens is you go through the dissolution of the different elements in your body and the mind. Also, there, as His Holiness also explained, there are different degrees of subtlety. So these, the grosser levels dissolve into the subtle ones. And so within the subtle ones, we divide them into the different visions of the mind, the three different visions of the mind, which are called the whitish appearance. And so within this whitish appearance, there are different 33 kinds of conceptual minds. They dissolve into the next subtle mind, which are called the reddish appearance, or luminous mind, reddish luminous mind. And within that, we have 40 different conceptions, subtle conceptions, and these in turn dissolve into the blackish near attainment, and within that there are 7 different conceptions. So all these happen during the time of the dissolution happens during the time of the when you go through the process of dying.
Of course, I fully committed to promote religious harmony. I respect all different religions, inspired in different philosophy. I respect all carry warm-heartedness, message of warm-heartedness. Now, however, deeper level, India's spiritual tradition, very deep. So, young Indian should pay more attention about different level of consciousness, and at different level of consciousness, different way to practice. These are Indian tradition. So I also now, sooner or later, death will come. At that time, thinking according mental level, or different more subtler. So I all daily basis, I thinking or practice, familiarize these things. Finally, at the time of my death, I am hoping to consciously the mind subtler, most subtle level consciousness, still conscious, and meditate. So these are Indian tradition. So young people should pay more attention about 1,000-year-old India's tradition, about mind, about compassion, these things. Please think more. We Tibetan, the 7th century, Tibetan king married with Chinese princess, and most sacred Buddha statue brought by a Chinese princess. But Tibetan king, he not relying Chinese language. He decided to develop our own language, our own script, based on Devanagari. So then 8th century, the Shantarakshita, great scholar of Nalanda, when he invited by Tibetan king, then he told Tibetan king, since you already have your own script, so you see, not necessary to learn Pali or Sanskrit. Only thing is more translation. Indian Pali or Sanskrit or these translate into Tibetan Devanagari like scripture. Though now today I found the best language to subtle level explanation about reality, shunyata, and motivation. They are say, kasa, chanjusam, buddhicitta. I found best language to explain these things. Tibetan is best. And similarly, about psychology, about mind. Now, a number of Western scholars about mind, about emotion, about how to control emotion, they show interest about Tibetan knowledge, how to control our mind. So we have sufficient word. Western scientists, not a sufficient word, still create new word. Like that. So Tibetan tradition basically come from, based on Indian tradition. So therefore, as far as the mind is concerned, the Tibetan tradition is very, very rich. So these young students, you should pay some attention about certain sort of knowledge about mind and different level and how to control this mind. The information available in Tibetan language. So please think these things. Okay. So now, as I already mentioned, the Indian tradition, extremely rich, particularly about mind. Now important, modern India should pay more attention about ancient Indian knowledge. Modern India is very much attracted about materialistic education. This is good, useful, but we should not neglect about knowledge about our mind. So now, I mainly want to tell a younger generation of this country should pay more attention about ancient Indian knowledge. It's very useful. So about external world, Western education sufficient. Internal world, only India's tradition have the full answer. So please pay more attention about ancient Indian thought. different Indian school of thought. Very useful. So, now I want to take some questions.
Holiness, we're really blessed that we have gained erudition today through your words of wisdom. It is certainly an unforgettable moment for all of us to be bestowed by your divine influence.
Oh.
It is rightly said that curiosity is the beginning of wisdom. Now I humbly request His Holiness to answer the inquisitive young minds.
I request Neil Adhikari to please stand up.
Now everybody have some interest about peace of mind. No question. So, in order to keep peace of mind, you have to know the causes of the disturbed mind. Like anger, suspicion, and these causing disturb our mind. Karuna, complete rest, and also karuna brings self-confidence. So that really brings inner peace. So now everyone want peaceful life. We have to know what is the destroyer of peace of mind. What is matter to keep peace of mind. So in this modern education, not much knowledge. Ancient Indian knowledge say how to keep peace of mind and how to control destroyer of mind, peace of mind. So please, young Indian, whether believe religion or not, it's up to individual. But simply full of knowledge about mind and how to, what is the knowledge to keep peace of mind. That's ancient Indian tradition. Very good information. Pay more attention. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, His Holiness.
Tashi Dilek, His Holiness. The next question we have is from Yash Gupta from class 8. His Holiness, Yash wants to ask you what the mantra behind your calmness and silence.
Ultimately, karuna. That really brings inner strength. And that acting basis of peace of mind. So very useful. As soon as wake up thinking karuna, and at the time of sleeping also thinking about karuna, that for me best medicine for peace of mind.
Thank you, His Holiness.
His Holiness, Ishita from class 8 wants to ask you that you have been an inspiration to so many people, but who is your inspiration?
Oh, that is ancient Indian master like Nagarjuna or Dautava, Chandrakirti. These Indian masters, their brain very brilliant Even Buddha's own word, sometimes they raise question. So these Nalendra Master are completely based on reasoning, thinking. So I am a student of that tradition. So always you see, thinking, reason. We never sort of remain at the superficial appearances. We always go deeper reasoning. So this is very useful for me. Okay.
Thank you, His Holiness.
His Holiness, the next question we have is from Avishi Gupta from 8th. Sir, Avishi is curious to know how we can stay calm and peaceful while we're angry, as in how can we control our anger?
Now, you should familiar about Karuna. Then, on certain level, anger disturb your mind, anger come. And since you already have the quite familiar about Karuna, so then your anger will not be out of control. Anger come, but think Karuna. So then anger sort of, the force automatically weaker. Okay.
Thank you, His Holiness. His Holiness, Kanika, a student of class 11th, wants to ask you if you had the chance to go back in time and change one thing, would you do it?
Now, simply, the grosser level, you see, often related with anger, attachment, these things. But you think more seriously, deeper way, then anger and attachment, not much room, if you think deeper way. So then, time factor, very important. Think more about Karuna. It is strength increasing. If you think more anger, irritate mind more often. Although anger, no sound basis. Karuna, sound basis. So make differences. But you see, for temporary, think more about a negative thing, then anger come. Seems quite stronger. But thinking deeper level, anger, no proper basis. Karuna, more think, more conviction, more strength. So basically, constructive emotion much stronger. Destructive emotion for temporary stronger. But long run, destructive emotion not much strength, change. Like Karuna, positive emotion, think more, it becomes stronger. Okay.
Thank you, His Holiness.
His Holiness Ahad Jain of class 8 wants to ask, how can the young generation be taught about peace in the simplest way?
I think simple explanation. After we born, our mother always give us milk. occasionally father sometimes more angry face, but mother always see very loving kindness and give us milk. My own case, I never saw my mother's angry face. Father, quite some. So that I don't know what is reason, physical level, I don't know. But in any way, the mother really bring together. Father, sometimes this is my own father, sometimes this is showing anger. But my mother, I never saw angry face.
Thank you, His Holiness.
I request Sparsh to rise. His Holiness, Sparsh is curious to know how spirituality can be developed in students when they have the access to excessive unwarranted content along with pampering by overprotective parents.
Now, materialistic world, see, too much pay attention about a material thing. That means your sort of main thinking entirely follow the sensorial consciousness. So real feeling much sort of depend on the sixth mind. Think more sixth mind, not five consciousness.
Sensorial. Sensorial consciousness. Sensorial perceptions.
Or the sixth mind. All mental level, there are very positive category, negative category. Most positive, the sort of mind is the sixth mind. Now here, compassion, which mother provides us. My mother, I never remember my mother angry face. But my father, occasionally, angry face.
I thank you, His Holiness.
The next question we have is from Alicia of class 11th. His Holiness, Alicia wants to ask, in a world where everyone is self-centered, how can one be centered towards others?
At a very young age, I think a sense of community, because basic human nature is group of people. So always see we. I think by nature, we always, at very young age, the concept of we, I think they are a very young age, with mothers also carrying you and milking you. I think a feeling, I, maybe less. Very nature is a mother take care. So at least you and your mother, something very close. Father not like that. Occasionally meet, not often as mother. My own sort of experience, I never saw my mother's face, angry face. My father, occasionally, and especially, my father enjoy certain food, and I sit beside him, expect get something. Then my father ignore me. Then sometimes from father's meal, I steal something. And when father noticed that, show me what you are doing. So, in any case, by nature, mother very, very kind. Father very protective. But sometimes you see, father lose anger. Okay.
Thank you, His Holiness.
His Holiness, Ekagra, a student of class 8th, wants to ask you that how can we spread the message of happiness?
I feel since Western education, Western lifestyle, thinking about external things, then I think comparatively not much knowledge about inner value. So now, best source of inner peace is karuna. No question. More compassion here, you get more sort of self-confidence and happier.
We express our gratitude to His Holiness to enlighten our heart and soul and to pave a way towards compassion, sympathy, and benevolence. I now invite our respected Principal Madam, Ms. Rashmi Malik, to propose the vote of thanks.
Now finally, I want to young Indian boys and girls, 1,000-year-old India's concept of ahimsa, karuna. These two you should keep in your mind. And thinking more often, then automatically you get more strong feeling of karuna. That really affects your life. So you young Indian children, you should think more karuna. Okay. And a simple thing, with karuna, automatically beautiful smile come. Even also the marriage, genuine love, very much related with smile. With money, marriage, temporary, isn't it? And marry with politician, that also temporary. Really, from heart, loving each other, then marry, remain long period, whole life. And the human marry, not like animal. Animal, the short period is together and then produce one child. We human being, through marriage, relation, whole life. So at the beginning, marriage is a genuine, deep level of loving kindness. Okay.
Thank you so much, His Holiness. So we've learned our lesson of compassion and how to sustain deep human relationship. So thank you so much. Let's not clap for a while. Let's hold our hands, show our gratitude, because this is the lesson of humanity which we've got. And this is exactly what all the students, all the teachers, all the educators, all the parents over here need to understand and imbibe in their own lives. The value of compassion. Thank you so very much. And once again, a lot of gratitude, His Holiness. Thank you so much for blessing all of us today. God bless us all. Even Sun has come out to take his blessing, it seems. Thank you.
I want to say, on this planet, China, India, these two nations, most populated nation. China is in recent decades too much ups and downs. Now India, democracy, religious freedom. So now India's is a existing habit, democracy, and respect to all different religious traditions. That's India's sort of tradition. It's a very good. You should pay more attention about existing India's value. So now India, second most populated nation on this planet, and other countries, Indian community there. So basically, Indian people, I think the concept of secular, not particular religious sort of belief, secular way, these are quite wise, very good. So now younger Indian, you should keep 1,000-year-old India's secular tradition, very important. Thank you.
Thank you, His Holiness. Thank you, Ma'am. The end of one chapter is just the beginning of another. An end is only a beginning in disguise. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to His Holiness for coming to our campus and to everyone who has contributed to make this event a success. I thank His Holiness once again. I thank you all.